Hey guys, Ben Stevens 56 here, I guess. And I decided I was gonna do commentary on this because this is kind of confusing, and I want people to understand this. Basically, I'm going to demonstrate a way to use Bottle Adventure to get almost any item on your B button. And if you don't know, there are 255 different item values in this game because I mean that's kind of the way that binary values work. So there's 255. Usually, only like the first 50 are easily gotten through Bottle Adventure, but we are going to mainly do. We can pretty much get any of them. So to do this, I have a very special file all set up, and it's kind of difficult to get. But basically, the other day I found that I could use get item manipulation with a very specific setup of items and whatnot to get this item right here, which is on my 2 button, and the icon is invisible, but it gives me this preview of a bottle, and that's Spanish, but basically it says, "What is this?" And it still has the little like text box arrow thing underneath it. And so what that is item C8, which is value 200, or it might be 203. I don't exactly remember how that works because there's a bit of an offset with items in the item list, which I'm not exactly sure how that works. So it's either 200 and 203. I forget. But the cool thing about this item is that, and I'll show it off here in a second. That's the right song, my bad. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Forest Temple. Now I've already beaten Forest Temple so that I can go back and forth in time by placing the Master Sword, and that's very important for this, for Bottle Adventure. Basically, what I can do here is when I enter Forest Temple, I'll show you kind of what's going on here. If I can get up there. Okay, in Forest Temple, the very interesting thing about this is if you look at my map right now, my map is a little weird because it says I've been in the first room because I'm in the first room, and let me get your mouse here so that you can see this. Okay, so it says I've been in the first room because obviously I've been in the first room, and it says I've been in the third room, but I haven't been in the second room, which is kind of impossible, and that's because when I do reverse Bottle Adventure with this item 200 on my 2 button, it actually modifies what rooms I visited in Forest Temple. So there are 7 rooms in Forest Temple that it correlates to. It's this room right here, the first room, the hallway between the first room and the big room, this hallway right here with the Skulltula in it that leads to the block room, this hallway over here that leads to the Green Po, this hallway right here that leads to the Stalfo's room, and this eastern courtyard right here. Okay, so those are the 8 rooms, and they're numbered 0 through 7. So this is room 1, or 0. This is room 2. This is room 3. I think this is room 4. I think this is room 5. This is room 6. This is... I messed up counting. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? And basically, those act like your normal bytes on a binary scale. So this is the value on the far right on a binary value. This is the second to right, so on and so forth. So if you take these rooms and you set them equal to binary, so this is your 1 byte or bit, this is your 2, 4, 8, 16, so on and so forth. You can add them up. So basically, if I set the room value, if I have all 8 of these rooms visited, what happens is the game sets the value of this item number 200 to 255, because that's what the values of the rooms I visited added up to. So basically, if I take these rooms and I only enter the ones that'll add them together to give me a certain value, I can basically almost reach pretty much every value from 0 to 255. And I'm going to do that now. I'm going to demonstrate by getting value 252, which is kind of a unique item as far as the BA scale, because a lot of items don't really do very much, but this one's interesting, so I'll show it off. So I already have bottle on my B button, and that's important because I want to get rid of some things here. So I don't, but I have Deku Stick on my B button, so I'm going to dupe a bottle over my B button. Okay, and as you can see on my map, that deleted the first 2 rooms, so obviously I've already entered them, but now I haven't, because Fish deletes the first 2 bits. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to enter all of the other rooms that are necessary to get this to happen. So I already have the 3rd room entered. I think, like I said, I think this is room 5. And, sorry, this is room 2. That's room 5. This is room over here. I think this is room 4. This is room 6. I don't have a bow, so I'm gonna have to take the long way. Okay, so this room doesn't matter to me. It is not affected by the bite, which I'm looking at here. This room also does not matter to me. However, this is the room I care about. This is room 6, which is the, this is room 7, which is the 8th bit in the bite. And last but not least, I have to enter room 3, which is the 4th bit. See why I get confused when I talk about this? Because everything's like off by 1, because it starts with room 0, but it's the first bit, so it's confusing. Okay, and this is room 3, I believe. I might have gotten some of those wrong, but I think most of those numbers are right. Doesn't really matter. So now that I've entered all those rooms, but I haven't entered the first 2, that gives me a value of 255 on my item 200. Now, I already have item 200 on my 2 button as child, which also is a little interesting to set up. I'm not really going to go into how to make it happen. I have some other videos, kind of a breadcrumb trail that you got to follow if you want to figure all that out, but it's kind of complicated how I do all of that. But now, I'm going to go back in time, and this is basically, I mean, I'm assuming if you're still watching this, you probably already know how Bottle Adventure works. And if you don't, then you probably don't really care that much, and you're just watching this because you're like, wow, this is cool. So, I'm not going to explain how to do this either, because there are plenty of other resources for that. So, if I did this correctly, which I should have, excellent. I now have item 252 on my B button. And what item 252 is it's the Master Sword, but I can't swing it, I can't put it away, and Link doesn't hold his shield when he holds the sword. So this is a pretty cool item. Other than this, with higher level BAs, most of the time you'll just get an item that either crashes, gives you, gives you eye drops, or well, I think it's eye drops. And there's a few exceptions. I actually managed to get a very weird fairy bow on my B button, which did not act like other fairy bows because it didn't turn into Deku Stick when I paused. So like it wasn't a mini game item, and it also would put itself away when I hit the B button, as well as take itself out when I hit the B button. So it was a very weird item. Also, you don't jump slash, so you can roll around while targeting with your sword out. So I don't know. This is just an interesting item. It's one of the few oddities with higher level item DAs. So obviously this is really kind of a confusing topic. There's a lot of values. Basically, when I was doing this, I had like 4 tabs open on my browser, and I was just like looking through different like binary tables and item values and stuff like that. So it's very confusing. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I don't even know if I can answer all of them because I'm still trying to figure out a lot of this stuff myself. But yeah, I hope this is informative. And if you don't really care about this game at all, but still like watching these videos, I hope you thought it was cool or something. So yeah, that's about it. I'll be messing with this more. I hope I get something maybe cool out of it, because I don't know. This is kind of neat. So thank you for watching. Bye.